The great domed chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as Elder Zorax rose from his seat. His old eyes, 3 of them, all glowing with worry, looked at the faces of the 200 representatives from across the stars. 500 years had passed since Earth was banned from space travel after the Great War that nearly destroyed 3 solar systems. Now their sensors had detected new Earth ships moving beyond their moon. The treaty was broken. On the distant blue planet, Commander Maya Chin knew nothing of the Council's fears as she prepared humanity's first faster-than-light ship for its maiden voyage. After centuries of rebuilding from the environmental disasters that had nearly ended human civilization, Earth was ready to reach for the stars again. What they didn't know was that they were not alone, and their return space was causing panic across the galaxy. Records show that humans are dangerous, Elder Zorax said, his voice echoing in the chamber. They nearly destroyed themselves, and when we first met them, they attacked. Without asking questions, the council members murmured in agreement. Many of them only knew about humans from stories told by their grandparents. But that was 500 years ago, said Representative Clix from the water world of Aquanis. Her blue skin rippled as she spoke. Perhaps they have changed. Changed, shouted Durox of the Martian colonies. My people still remember the burning of Phobos Station. 3,000 colonists died that day when Earth forces attacked. Elder Zorax raised his hand for quiet. We must decide quickly. Our treaty with Earth was clear. They were to stay within their orbit until they learned peace. Now they have built new ships. Our watchers say they plan to test a faster-than-light drive. The hologram in the center of the room showed images of Earth's space stations and the new ship being built. It was sleek and powerful, unlike the crude vessels humans had used during the war. If they succeed, they could reach any of our worlds in days, said Security Chief Vex. His metal arms clicked nervously as he pointed to the star map. We must stop them before they remember their old ways. I propose we send a warning fleet, said Durox. Show strength now to prevent another war. A fleet might scare them into attacking, said Clix. We should send diplomats first. While you talk, they prepare weapons. Durox slammed his fist on the table. Elder Zorax looked tired. He had been young during the last war. He remembered the humans' fierce fighting and their clever tricks. But he also remembered their art, music, and their love for their home planet. We will vote, he said finally. But first, let us see what these humans are doing now. Commander Maya Chin walked through the hangar where the Starship Horizon stood ready. After 10 years of work, her dream was about to come true. The ship would test humanity's first faster-than-light engine, allowing travel to distant stars. Final checks complete, Commander, said Dr. Aiden Jackson, the chief engineer. His dark skin was covered in sweat after working all night on the engine. The Shaw Fujikawa drive is stable. We're ready for the test tomorrow. Maya nodded and looked up at the massive ship. Is it strange that after all our work I'm little scared, Aiden? He smiled. Not strange at all. We're about to go where no human has gone before. They both knew what this meant for Earth. After the great collapse of 2189, when climate disaster and nuclear conflicts had almost ended human civilization, humanity had spent centuries healing their planet and themselves. Space exploration had been put aside while they focused on survival. Now, with Earth green again and the United World Government keeping peace for over 200 years, humanity was ready to reach for the stars again. The president is arriving, said Maya's assistant through her earpiece. She wants to see the ship before tomorrow's launch. World President Amara Okafor was known for her wisdom and calm leadership. She had helped unite the last fighting regions of Earth 20 years ago. Now in her 70s, her greatest wish was to see humanity expand peacefully into space. Commander Chun, she said with a warm smile as she entered the hangar. Your parents would be so proud. They started this project, and now you will finish it. Maya felt her eyes water. Her parents had died in an accident 10 years ago while testing early engine prototypes. Thank you, Madam President. I hope we honor their vision. Not just their vision, said President Okafor, looking up at the ship, but the vision of a united humanity. We've learned from our past mistakes. We're ready to explore, not conquer. Unknown to them, a small device hidden high in the hangar ceiling was recording everything. Its alien technology sent the images straight to the Galactic Council, where worried eyes watched. In the shadows of Earth's moon, a small ship hovered silently. Inside, Observer Talon of the Galactic Security Force watched his screens carefully. For 20 years, he had been stationed here monitoring the humans as they rebuilt their civilization. Talon was from Rigel 5, a world of twilight forests where his people developed keen eyesight and patience. Both skills had served him well as a watcher. Now he was the Council's eyes on Earth's activities. "They're moving faster than expected," he said into his communicator. "The FTL drive test is scheduled for tomorrow." "Can you disable their ship?" asked the voice of Security Chief, Vex from light years away. Talon hesitated. "Yes, but not without revealing our presence. My orders were to observe only." "New orders are coming after the Council vote," said Vex. "Be ready to act." Talon looked at his screens, showing the horizon in its hangar. He had watched humans for so long that he had grown to admire them. After nearly destroying themselves, they had changed. They had united their world, ended hunger, and restored their environment. They had done what few species in the galaxy had managed. But the Council remembered only the war. They remembered human soldiers who fought with surprising ferocity. They remembered human ships ramming into larger alien vessels in suicide attacks. They remembered human hackers who could break into any system. "Perhaps they deserve a chance," Talon whispered to himself. His computer beeped with an incoming message. The Council had voted. Talon opened the message and read his new orders. His heart sank. Back on Earth, Maya was in her office reviewing the final launch preparations when Dr. Jackson burst in, his face pale. "Maya, you need to see this," he said, placing a tablet on her desk. She looked at the screen, showing strange energy readings from the far side of the moon. "What am I looking at?" "Something that shouldn't be there," said Aiden. "We detected it during the final sensor calibration. It's some kind of cloaked object, about the size of a small ship." Maya felt her heart rate increase. Could it be a secret project from one of the old nation-states? Aiden shook his head. "The energy signature doesn't match anything in our databases. Maya, I think it's not from Earth." The room seemed to grow colder. For centuries, humans had debated whether alien life existed. There had been no confirmed contact, though conspiracy theories abounded about strange incidents throughout history. "We need to tell the president," Maya said finally. "But quietly. If this gets out before launch, people might panic." An hour later, in a secure room beneath the launch facility, Maya and Aiden showed their findings to President Okafor and General Liu, head of Earth Defense. "Could it be a natural phenomenon?" asked the president. "No," said Aiden firmly. "The object is maintaining position. It's using energy to stay hidden. That suggests intelligence and purpose." General Liu's face was grim. "If there are aliens watching us, why haven't they made contact?" "Maybe they're waiting for something," said Maya. "Or maybe they're afraid of us." "What do you recommend?" the president asked. Maya took a deep breath. "We continue with the launch as planned, but we modify the flight path to bring us closer to the object. Not close enough to be threatening, but enough to show we know it's there." "It's risky," said General Liu. "What if they're hostile?" "Then they could have attacked us at any time," said Maya. "We're vulnerable now. If they meant us harm, why wait?" President Okafor nodded slowly. "Proceed with the modified plan. But Maya, your priority is the safety of your crew. If anything seems wrong, abort the mission immediately." As they left the meeting, Maya felt a strange mix of fear and excitement. Humans might not be alone in the universe after all. In the council chamber, the debate had turned heated. "The vote is clear," said Durox. 26 systems support immediate intervention. We must disable their ship before it can use its FTL drive, without even trying to communicate. Clix protested. That would confirm their worst fears about alien life. Elder Zorax looked troubled. "The vote has been cast. Observer Talon has been ordered to disable their ship using the gravity disruptor. It will look like a technical failure." "And if they discover the truth?" asked Clix. "They must not," said Security Chief X. "Talon will make sure it appears to be their own error." In his private chamber after the session, Elder Zorax reviewed the Earth records again. He had collected them for centuries: human music, art, literature, and history. He had watched as they rebuilt from near extinction, as they created a world government that finally brought peace to their troubled planet. His communication device chimed. It was Observer Talon. "Elder, I have received the Council's orders, but I must report a complication," said Talon. "The humans have detected my ship. They've changed their test flight path to bring them closer to my position." Zorax felt his heart beat faster. "How is that possible? Your cloaking technology should be beyond their detection capabilities." "They are innovative," said Talon. "Their sensors are more advanced than our reports indicated." Zorax was silent for a moment. "If you disable their ship now, they will know it was deliberate." "Yes, Elder. What are your orders?" Zorax made a decision that could change galactic history. "Do nothing until I contact you. Again, I must speak with the Council once more." The morning of the launch arrived with clear skies. The horizon gleamed in the sunlight as final preparations were made. The crew of 12 scientists, engineers, and pilots boarded with solemn excitement. Maya took her command seat on the bridge and began the launch sequence. "All systems check." "Navigation ready," said pilot Sanjay Kapoor. "Engineering systems green," reported Dr. Jackson from the engine room. "Communications online," said Lieutenant Rosa Martinez. Maya opened the channel to Mission Control. "This is Horizon requesting launch clearance." "Horizon, this is Control. You are cleared for launch. Good luck and Godspeed." The ship lifted smoothly from the pad, its conventional engines pushing it up through Earth's atmosphere. Millions watched from below as humanity's hope rose into the sky. In orbit, Maya gave the command to deploy the solar arrays that would power the ship through its initial journey to the test coordinates near the moon. "Course set for the moon," said Sanjay. "ETA 3 hours to test coordinates." Maya nodded, then turned to Rosa. "Any unusual signals?" Rosa checked her instruments. "Nothing yet, Commander. Space is quiet." But Maya knew something was waiting for them behind the moon. She had told only Aiden and Sanjay about the true purpose of their modified flight path. The rest of the crew believed. They were following standard test protocols. On the moon's hidden side, Observer Talon watched the human ships approach with growing concern. He had received no new orders from Elder Zorax. Should he follow the Council's original command to disable the ship, or wait? His training told him to follow orders. His experience told him to wait. In 20 years of watching humans, he had seen their capacity for both destruction and creation. If the Council acted rashly, they might turn humans into enemies again. Talon made his decision. He powered up his ship and disengaged the cloaking system. Alarms blared on the Horizon's bridge. "Commander, unknown object detected ahead," shouted Rosa. "It just appeared out of nowhere." On the main screen, a sleek vessel unlike anything humans had built hovered in space. It was smaller than the Horizon, with a design that suggested incredible speed and agility. "Full stop," ordered Maya calmly, though her heart was racing. "Hold position here." "What is that?" whispered Sanjay. "I believe," said Maya, "that we're about to find out if we're alone in the universe." The comm system crackled. "Human vessel, this is Observer Talon of the Galactic Security Force. I come in peace and wish to communicate." A stunned silence fell over the bridge. Then Rosa found her voice. "Commander, the signal is coming from that ship. It's speaking English." "Open a channel," said Maya, her voice steady despite the historical moment unfolding. "This is Commander Maya Chun of the Earth Vessel Horizon. We receive you." "Commander Chun," said the alien voice, "I must speak with you urgently. Your test flight is in violation of an agreement made 500 years ago between Earth and the Galactic Council." Maya looked confused. "We have no record of any such agreement or any contact with non-Earth beings." "That is concerning," said Talon. "May I come aboard your vessel to explain?" "I will come, alone and unarmed." Maya glanced at her officers, then made a decision. "We accept, Observer Talon. Prepare for docking." 20 minutes later, Maya stood in the Horizon's airlock as it cycled open. There stood a being unlike any human. Talon was tall and slender with gray-blue skin, large eyes adapted for dim light, and 4-fingered hands. He wore what appeared to be a uniform of deep purple. "Commander Chun, he said with a slight bow. Thank you for allowing this meeting. Maya returned the gesture. Welcome aboard the Horizon, Observer Talon. You said we have much to discuss. In the ship's conference room, Talon explained the history that humanity had forgotten or never known. 500 years ago, during Earth's early space exploration, humans had encountered other species, but the contact had gone badly. Misunderstandings led to conflicts, and Earth's military leaders of that time had reacted with aggression. The war lasted only 3 years, said Talon, but caused great damage. When Earth forces were finally defeated, the Galactic Council imposed a quarantine. Human ships were restricted to your solar system until your species proved it could live peacefully. But there's no record of this in our history, said Dr. Jackson. How is that possible? Part of the agreement, said Talon. Your leaders of that time chose to erase these events. Rather than face the shame of defeat, they agreed to the quarantine, hoping that future generations might earn their way back to the stars. Maya was stunned. And now we're breaking this agreement we knew nothing about. Yes, said Talon. The Council has voted to disable your ship to enforce the quarantine. I was ordered to make it look like an accident. Then why are you telling us this? Asked Maya. Talon's large eyes seemed sad. Because I have watched your people for 20 years. I've seen how you've changed. The Council remembers humans as they were 5 centuries ago. They don't know what you've become. Back at the Galactic Council, Elder Zorax had called an emergency session. Observer Talon has made contact with the humans, he announced, causing uproar in the chamber. This is a violation of his orders, shouted Durox. Yes, admitted Zorax. But before you condemn him, watch this. He activated the hologram, showing Talon's conversation with the humans. The Council members watched in silence as Maya and her crew learned the truth about their past. When the recording ended, Zorax spoke again. The humans of today know nothing of the war. Their ancestors chose to erase it from history rather than pass down hatred. Now we must decide, do we treat them as enemies based on ancient actions or judge them by what they have become? They still present a danger, argued Security Chief X. Their technology is advancing rapidly. All species advance, countered Clix. We cannot keep them isolated forever. I propose a new approach, said Zorax. Let us test them, not with weapons but with knowledge and choice. On the horizon, Maya and her crew were processing the shocking revelation when Talon received a transmission from the Council. My leaders wish to speak with you, Commander Chun, he said. The main screen flickered, and the aged face of Elder Zorax appeared. 3 eyes blinked as he studied the humans. Commander Chun, I am Elder Zorax of the Galactic Council. What Observer Talon has told you is true. Your ancestors fought a war with the United Species of the Galaxy and lost. Maya stood tall. Elder Zorax, we have no record of these events. But if what you say is true, then humanity of today should not be judged by actions from 5 centuries ago. Perhaps, said Zorax, the Council has decided to offer you a choice. You may return to Earth now, with knowledge of our existence, but without your faster-than-light technology. You will remain in quarantine for another century while we observe your development. Or, asked Maya, or you may continue your test flight, but with Observer Talon aboard. If your FTL drive works, he will guide you to the Council world where you will speak for humanity. Your words and actions will determine whether the quarantine is lifted or made permanent. Maya looked at her crew. This was far more than they had signed up for. They had expected to make history with a new propulsion system. Now they might determine humanity's place in the galaxy. We need to consult with our government, said Maya. Of course, said Zorax. But know this, if you return to Earth, all your leaders will know is that your test failed. The knowledge of our existence will remain with only those on your ship. After Zorax's image faded, Maya called an emergency meeting with her crew. This should be Earth's decision, not ours, said Lieutenant Martinez. But Earth doesn't know what we're facing, countered Dr. Jackson. We do. If we go back, nothing changes, said Sanjay. Earth stays isolated. If we go forward, we risk everything on our ability to convince this Council that humanity deserves a place among the stars. Maya looked at each face around the table. We vote, she said simply. Each of you must decide. The vote was 11-1 in favor of continuing. Maya had voted last, making it unanimous. Then it's decided, she said. We go forward. With observer Talon aboard, the Horizon moved to its test coordinates. The faster-than-light. Drive powered up, its energy signature unlike anything ever created on Earth. Sha Fujikawa drive at full capacity, reported Dr. Jackson from engineering. Ready when? You are, Commander. Maya took a deep breath. Engage FTL drive. The stars outside streaked into lines, then into a swirling tunnel of light. The Horizon shuddered, then steadied as it broke the light speed barrier. Talon looked impressed. Your technology is different from ours, but effective. I'm inputting coordinates for the Council world of Nexus. 3 days later, the Horizon emerged in a star system with 2 suns. Ahead lay a ringed planet of breathtaking beauty. Nexus, said Talon, the meeting place of 1,000 worlds. As they approached, Maya saw the space around the planet filled with ships of all sizes and strange designs. A space station bigger than anything humans had built orbited nearby. We're being hailed, said Rosa. The face of Elder Zorax appeared again. You have chosen to come. Brave or foolish? We shall see. Dock at Central Station. The Council awaits. The Council chamber was even more impressive in person. 200 representatives from across the galaxy watched as Maya and her senior officers entered with Talon. Some whispered, others stared openly at the first humans to stand before them in 5 centuries. Elder Zorax spoke first. Commander Maya-chan of Earth, you stand before the Galactic Council to speak for your people. Know that your words here today will decide the fate of human expansion beyond your solar system. Maya stepped forward. She had prepared for this moment during the journey, thinking carefully about what to say. Honor Council, I stand before you not just as a representative of Earth, but as a child of history I never knew existed. We have lived in ignorance of our past mistakes and your existence. That ends today. I cannot defend actions taken by humans 5 centuries ago. I can only tell you who we are. Now, after nearly destroying ourselves through environmental disaster and conflict, humanity united. We spent centuries healing our world and ourselves. We learned that survival depends on cooperation, not conquest. Our ship, the Horizon, was built not for war but for discovery. We seek knowledge, not territory, understanding, not power. I ask that you judge us not by ancient records, but by what we have become. Open the stars to us again, and we will come as students, not conquerors. Keep us isolated, and you deny both humanity and the galaxy the benefits of exchange. Maya paused, then finished simply. We are ready to join you among the stars. We ask for the chamber erupted in debate. Some representatives shouted, others gestured. Dramatically, Maya and her officers stood firm as the arguments raged around them. Finally, Elder Zorax called for order. We will vote on whether to maintain or lift the Earth quarantine. The voting took nearly an hour as each representative registered their decision. When it ended, Zorax looked at the results with his 3 eyes blinking slowly. By a margin of 4 votes, he announced, the Council has decided to provisionally lift the quarantine on Earth. A mixture of cheers and protests filled the chamber. Silence, commanded Zorax. This decision comes with conditions. Earth ships may travel to designated systems only. A galactic embassy will be established on your planet to oversee integration, and Observer Talon will remain as liaison between our peoples. Maya nodded. We accept these conditions, Elder Zorax. Then let it be recorded, said Zorax. After 500 years, Earth returns to the galactic community, and to prove it. 1 year later, Maya stood at the window of the newly built Galactic Embassy in Geneva. Outside, humans and visitors from 12 alien worlds mingled in the embassy gardens. Still hard to believe sometimes, said President Okafor, joining her at the window. That we're not alone, asked Maya with a smile. That we almost lost our chance to find out, said the President. If you hadn't discovered Talon's ship, if you hadn't made the right choices. History is full of such moments, said a voice behind them. Observer Talon now. Ambassador Talon approached with Elder Zorax, who had come to Earth for the embassy's first anniversary. The galaxy watches Earth with interest now, said Zorax. Many still fear what humans might become. Others see great potential. "And what do you see, Elder?" asked Maya. Zorax's 3 eyes twinkled. "I see a species that lost its way, then found again. I see people who rebuilt their world rather than abandoning it. I see perhaps a perspective the Council has needed for a long time." Maya looked back out at the garden, where human children were playing with young Aquanians, their laughter bridging the gap between worlds that had once been at war. "We almost destroyed ourselves," she said quietly. "Perhaps that's what teaches a species. To value life in all its forms." "Perhaps," agreed Zorax. "In any case, the Galactic Council watches Earth's return with fear. Yes, but also with hope." Outside, the first stars appeared in the evening sky. No longer distant and unreachable, but pathways to new friendships, new knowledge, and a future where humanity would take its place among the stars, not as conquerors, but as partners in the great dance of galactic civilization.